Welcome back. My name is Patrick Nolan. I'm an attorney licensed in the state of Missouri. This is Pat Talks Law, Windshield Time. Today, as I'm driving across the upper part of the state to get to court, I was thinking about Tesla. Honestly, I was listening to the radio and Tesla's What You Give came on. Good song. But it prompted me to think about Tesla Motors and the problems that Tesla's had recently with concerns about Tesla turning off software in people's cars. One of the problems that Tesla has is that people look at the company like they look at Ford, like they look at GM, like they look at other car companies. Tesla is really more like a cell phone company that sells you the phone and has software on it. You have a license to use that software, but you don't own it. So for example, everything on your Tesla will work if they turn off the updates, they turn off the connectivity, they turn off the autopilot and the full AI driving. The vehicle will still work. However, Tesla can turn that stuff off if you don't meet their requirements. Example given, you don't pay for it, or the vehicle no longer meets their safety So Tesla has the ability to turn it off because the software is licensed. And while the original owner of the car may purchase the license for software X, Y, and Z, they can't necessarily transfer that software to you. So you would have to pay Tesla yet again. And then there are a number of services that are pay as you go, and that's fine too. The problem is that people are used to the first sale doctrine, and I bought something, it's mine, I can use it, when they're talking about tangible items like cars. You instinctively understand when software in your computer, when you go through all your licensing agreements, that you're licensing that software. You don't necessarily own it. You just have purchased the right to use it. And that's the same thing with the Tesla. That's why they're able to update it the way they do. And you could conceivably have a better car 2 years after you bought it than you had when you bought it because of software updates. And part of the reason I'm looking at this right now is because, gosh, it really chapped my hide when they turned off a guy's car. They turned off his supercharging, and they turned off DC fast charging at third-party outlets on his Tesla because it was a salvage Tesla, and they said until it was inspected by Tesla they couldn't say it was safe, and the company didn't want a Tesla fire in the news, blah 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 blah. So they reached into this guy's car and they turned his stuff off. Well, there are a couple of issues with that, and there's some things that I take issue with. First, turning off access to Tesla supercharging network. There's not a problem in the world with that. Tesla owns their superchargers. They are more than welcome to determine who can use it and who can't. I, for many years, have been wanting to use a Tesla supercharging network for my Bolt. Tesla will not allow that. I've even attempted to have a adapter made so I could plug into the supercharger and plug the adapter into the CCS port on my Bolt, but no joy. Tesla will not allow that. And that's fine. It's their network. And this lighting is horrible. Sorry, it's the sun. We're driving across the state. It's early. The sun's low in the sky. So, but when we look at that, so does Tesla have the right to reach into your car and turn things off? Well, if it's licensed software, yes, they do. If it will disable the car, no, they don't. And I'm not so sure that they had the right to turn off other third parties' fast charging. That bothers me. I don't think they necessarily had the right to do that. They had the right to turn off Tesla's network, and that's fine. But not fast charging if, say, it was my car and they turned that off, and I had a $25,000 DC fast charger on my garage. They're telling me that I can't use my fast charger on my car. That would be a problem. And I think that's one that will get sorted out, but yes, it's a problem. The essence here, however, is understanding that Tesla, despite the fact they're selling a lot of cars, is not a car company. Tesla is an innovation company. Tesla is a computer company, is a software company. And the value in Tesla actually isn't the cars. It's the battery tech, it's the solar tech, it's the innovation, it's the AI. Tesla has a lot going for it that has nothing to do with the cars. Now, I placed an order for the Cybertruck. I intend to purchase the Cybertruck. I like the vehicle. I like the looks. I like everything I've read about it, and I know there will be a few minor changes before the production models are released, and I'll have to evaluate how those changes affect whether or not I want it. But the ecosystem that Tesla has, when you are the licensed owner of the vehicle, when you've purchased that vehicle new, and you're paying for your services, and you paid for what software you licensed, you don't have that many issues with Tesla. They take good care of their products. They respond to their people. Now, it's interesting that the hardware has the ability to do more than the software will allow you. Tesla's scaling is not a hardware scaling. It's not like there's an actual 6-cylinder in the vehicle. Every vehicle has the capability of having the 8-cylinder performance. It's software limited. So that raises a question. If I can improve my vehicle's performance via software, why won't I? You could buy the $39,000 Tesla, replace the user software, and upgrade that to a $70,000 Tesla. And there's the rub. Tesla's software license doesn't allow you to do that. However, we do happen to have a thriving open source community, and holy cow, that sun is blinding. Wow. It's a good thing I drive this road so much I don't have to see to know where the turns are. So we have a thriving open source software community, okay? And even a significant portion of Tesla's software is based on Linux. It is open source, and Tesla is required to make that available. You can get into the source code if you want and make changes. Just like we have different flavors of Linux, you can have different flavors of EV control software. Somebody's got to get the project together and create it. But it certainly can be done. And takeoffs on Tesla software can be done. Some things you're simply not going to do without their connectivity. But you can have a perfectly functional car, and you can unlock all the things that Tesla has locked. The full battery use, by replacing the software. As there are more salvage Teslas sitting to be that could be repaired and put back on the road, you're going to see the growing secondary market in EV software, non-Tesla, Tesla software. And when that happens, that's going to go to generic EVs as well, and you'll get other companies that will use it. And when they get away from proprietary software, that's when you're going to see explosive growth. You'll see growth in the EV market, but you're going to see explosive growth in aftermarket vehicle control software to replace the corporate software. And you will see some amazing things happen with that software. Once the street rodders get a hold of it and start tweaking it and modifying it and learning the code, you're going to see things done to that will be amazing. So that's why I'm not overly worried about Teslas being able to reach into your vehicle and turn things off that you haven't paid for, is because Tesla's publicly doing that has added more emphasis, more oomph to the secondary software market. The more Tesla is caught, promoted, seen, doing things like that, the more likely it is that software guys are going to get together and they're going to write their own Linux code to replace the software in the Tesla. And remember, the Tesla, part of the reason it works so well is because it reduces the number of control units throughout the car, which reduces the software load and centralizes it, so you can overwrite the car pretty quickly. And there is a huge market in aftermarket Tesla parts that Tesla doesn't sell. They pull them off of wrecked cars. So again, this is a situation of Tesla's creation. It's not going to be a downfall to Tesla. It's not going to hurt their share price. It's not going to hurt their growth of the car arm of their business. If anything, it may actually even help that. But it will also do wonders for the secondary market for vehicles. And that secondary market where you have little support and a lot of problems for salvage vehicles and such is where you're going to see some crazy creativity and innovation when it comes to control software. That's my take on Tesla's software woes, and thank you for watching. Please hit like and subscribe, and I will be talking to you again soon. Thanks. Bye.